that matter of intention, and I can share our personal from Coworking LLC benefit of Coworking already. So we started a project in Mountain Skagit late September. That's when we had our first meetup. And we've been looking at spaces and building up the community. And just last week, one of the members of our co-working committee who comes and hangs out with us, she's new to Mount Vernon, and she looked at our website and she says, "Guys, you're amateurs. Can I fix that for you, please?" And she just started sending us ideas and producing a first copy, so we're going to be meeting next week. And it's like, Dennis and I just don't even have the capacity to think about it, but here's someone who that's her bread and butter, and she loves to help us. So again, it's total serendipity. She came to a meetup, she loved the community, and now we get to benefit, and then we also going to figure out how we can help her to get started. So yeah, Mike.
So
and then Lori.
For me, I'm looking for space in my own business, but I'm wondering more space-related question. Are there examples of the 760 around the United States of multi-story rather than just a single floor plate, and how do those function?
Yes, there are examples of multi-story, but there is also one in Canada. So the Network Hub, which is one of the first ones to be created in the world, actually, they barely could spell co-working without a hyphen when they, in 2006, opened the doors. And they just opened a second location. They started with one floor and then they grew. And how they function is that because you have a dedicated desk setup, a lot of the businesses are taking desks and they are basically anchors at different floors. And then second floor, they've created an open space, and that's when they have the events, and that's when they have conference rooms. So you can structure it in however way it flows, as long as, and I'm going to go back to it, it meets the needs of this particular community. So it has to go back to the members and what the needs are. But yeah, you can easily do that. Lori, you had your hand up.
I just wanted to agree with Dan that it really is lovely if a space is open to lots of different parts of the business community. As slightly into middle age myself, I know that older professionals have a lot of experience to share and are working part-time or whatever, and there are some agencies, but we can do that, a building that's accessible so that people can get in and get out easily. But then I have a real specific, so thank you for that. I have a real specific question about privacy, client privacy. As a financial advisor, that's a major issue for my clients. So talk to us a little bit about, I don't know if this is a security question,
I totally get it.
A privacy question.
Yeah,
How,
I totally get
and I see Kelly, the accountant, is nodding her head. So how does that work?
Right. So how would it work in the case of two businesses, or for example, if Rick, who is also in the same space, would want to use it? What you would look for is not a single room, fully open facility.
Right.
You would look for a facility, or the facility that would need to be created for you to be able to use it would be semi-private rooms. So like a place like this, for example, like imagine this being on a ground floor. I prefer ground floors as well, especially that if you have to carry something up. But imagine one of those rooms would be a room that you have, or maybe you share it with someone else. So let's say two of you will agree and say, hey, we're just going to share it, and then you can secure it, you have your client files, you lock it. The dedicated desks usually have a lockable storage. So if you look at any of those, let me see if I could, well, yeah, we don't play with the lights. But even if those open space setups, you have a desk and then it's like a regular 2x4, and underneath that desk you have a 3-drawers type of lockable desk that might not be enough for your clients, and now you might not necessarily feel comfortable to still have, even though it has the private key, to be open in a space like this. This is why my first answer to you was, in the case of your business needs, I would suggest semi-private. So I call those hybrids, when you have an open room and then you have some shared offices. Okay. And then Lisa.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, piggybacking on that, have you ever seen cubicles set up in such a way that they were less semi-private than a room?
2020 engineering.
But
Is
yeah,
that-
kind of, you could screen the paperwork lying on your desk.
Yep.
Because then it seems like it would be more of a co-working community with a little bit of privacy.
Yeah, you can set that up as well.
Call it paragon.
Yeah, you can set that up as well. There's no, I think I've visited by now 50 co-working facilities around the United States. I have not seen 2 of them alike. Even the ones that are owned by NextSpace, they look different. Do you have time for one more question then? Lisa? Yeah. Lisa.
So when I was in Seattle 20 years ago or so, I was working with a developer who did co-housing, who did the first co-housing space in the United States on Winslow. So I saw some of the process with the residents in our office co-designing. So obviously, people who get their questionnaires in earlier or want to participate earlier, do you imagine will have more input in the design and the choice of the space and the design? And then my other question is, what are there different sorts of kind of governing, self-governing? Do some co-working places have board of directors, or there are different ways that you do that?
If they're set up as a non-for-profit 501c3, they have a board of directors. Most of them there are that have owners that run them. They just might have a committees or groups that contribute, but most people actually don't want to be involved in it. They just want to come in and plug in their thing, do the work, and make sure that they have coffee. But that could be easily arranged if the folks be more involved.
Thank you everyone for coming today.